is here! The champ is here! The champ is here!
I wanted to share some information with you guys that you probably are searching around on the internet looking for just tips and advice about a lot of things as far as getting into trucking. I've done several videos about getting into trucking, but I haven't done any videos on like training and what to expect and what to bring with you. First of all, many companies train different lengths of time. Schneider does it basically until you're ready. I've heard of drivers getting out of training after 2 weeks. I spent 2 months in training, and man, I thought I knew it all. Man, once I got into my own truck, I was nervous as all get out. I thought I knew it all, and daggum, just all this stuff just happens all at once, and there's no one to help you. So what you need to do is, depending on what company you go to, it's pretty much the same as what you need to do, and that is to have an open mind. You're going to be living with a driver. You're going to be living with another driver. Now, you've got all these websites out here talking about, well, my trainer this, my trainer that. He's so unfair, he's racist, he's sexist, he's this, that, and the other. Listen, if you have a legitimate problem, you have to take it up with your company's training department, or whoever they are. If you have a legitimate concern. Now, if you have a concern like, well, he's trying to push me to do whatever I don't feel like doing. Well, I have a gripe about that, because you've got to do stuff you're not real comfortable at doing. That's how you learn. You do it once, and then it's like, wow, that was pretty cool. I did that, and I could go back and do it again. Oh, my trainer made me blindside. Oh, my trainer made me drive through Chicago. That kind of attitude is not going to make you a good driver. Good driver is willing to learn. Now, if a trainer is trying to cuss you out, I mean, just that's not acceptable. When you first meet your trainer, just listen, and hopefully you get a trainer that has a lot of experience, not no 6 month, 1 year guy. You want a lot of experience to help you out. So just listen. That's the main thing. Just listen. Tell them about your family and all this. Ask questions. Ask questions, and no question is too stupid. Okay? Because don't come out here as a know-it-all. Just don't, because you'll get yourself in a bind real quick. Now, you're going to be living with this driver for 3 to 6 to 8 weeks. Sometimes you may get lucky and switch, trainers a couple times, and that's great. But you got to think, about a week through, living with another guy. If you're a man and you want to live with another man, there's clashes, especially when you're sitting there going down the road and you're not talking about anything besides, you're all trucked out. You want to talk about something else. Maybe your trainer's driving and you're sitting there in a jump seat. Don't take offense to different political, religious views, or any kind of lifestyle, to be politically correct. This is the time to be politically correct. I'm always against being politically correct if you watch what I have to do, but you're just trying to get through this. You're training, and you want to be as politically correct as possible, trust me. Alright, after you're done with the training, you see each other out there on the road, you know, you stop and at a restaurant, that's when, you know, if say, you know, whatever, you know, you don't have to be as politically correct, you're on your own. But as a trainee, it's best to be real respectful no matter what. And if you disagree, just disagree. That's it. I mean, don't make nothing of it. Trust me. You will clash. You will clash because you're living in the same 10 by 10 little thing here for, you know, for a long time. Most people spend a lot of time with these trainers, more time with the trainers than they do their wives, so, or husbands. But here's some things I think that you need to bring on the road with you to get started. You're coming out of orientation. First of all, I guess what they do is they put you on a Greyhound bus, so you want to take things to orientation with you, I guess. So main things what you need to do is take a nice warm sleeping bag, a nice warm one. If you don't have the means of buying a nice warm one, have you a blanket, a big blanket, rather thick, and just wrap yourself around, and a pillow. If you could stick a sheet in there, perfect. As far as clothes, you want to bring clothes for about a week. When I was OTR, I pretty much did my laundry once a week, and that was like every other weekend. Because here's the deal. The way I did it, I was out 2 weeks, right? So I would come out with clean clothes. You know, that weekend I'd do laundry, and so my second week I had clean clothes. Now I have extra clothes in case I don't, but they're not my best clothes. But you've got a limited amount of space in this truck, and your trainer has got at least half of the truck, you know, half of the truck used already, at least. Probably more like 3/4, because he's got his clothes, he's got place for food, he's got a place for his office, you know, supplies, for his paperwork. So you don't have that much room. You got to think about carrying this stuff in and out of trucks, you know. It's not as easy. So you got your clothes, you got your bedding, you have gloves. Need gloves. Like me, I like to have clean hands. I also like to have hands that's not full of scratched up, you know, bloody, all this, you know, and it's just safer. So bring gloves, bring boots. What I mean by boots, those suckers right there. You don't want to have flip-flops. You can have flip-flops, you know, go to the shower, whatever. I'm against flip-flops themselves because I just think they're a little foo-foo. But make sure when you're at work, when you're driving and doing all this, make sure you have some boots that are, you know, help you with your traction. Not your cowboy boots that are real slick. Bring soap. Need soap. I prefer body wash. Let's see, where's my bag at? Bring my bag. I prefer, this is what I use, and the Old Spice Swagger. You know, that's because I have swagger. Bring some of that. Of course, deodorant, toothpaste, toothbrush, mouthwash. I do encourage you to bring mouthwash. I really do. But as far as that, bring your little small bottle, last you, you know, for your training time. Bring a pen, some paper for notebook type stuff, you know, for writing notes. And when you have your cell phone, some company policies say you can't drive and talk at the same time. But if you are at one of those companies where you can drive and talk at the same time, make sure you have a headset. Doesn't have to be a Bluetooth. You can have a wire, but you have to have a headset. That's law. Get with your trainer. and see about maybe doing some grocery shopping sometime. But as far as bringing groceries before you even meet your trainer, it's not a real good idea because of the hauling stuff. You're going to do all the work. When I was a trainer, I made the trainee do as much work as possible. As far as going in to the shipper, receiver, handing in the paperwork, and then asking, they tell you what dock to go into and go put it in the dock. I'll get out of the truck and I'll go sit there and I'll watch you. And if you're not doing a bad job, I'm going to leave you alone. I'm going to hide somewhere. I'm not going to be sit there, right there hovering over you. If you're doing a good job, I'm going to hide. I'm going to watch you, but I'm not going to make myself to be known to be Mr. Trainer. Oh, look at me. I am the trainer, Mr. Drill Sergeant. I'm going to let you do your thing. If I find you doing a mistake, then I'll just, come up to you and say, hey, think about this instead of this. If you're having problems, that's when I'm going to sit out here. But the more work you put into it, the better you're going to be. Do the work. Slide the tandems. Slide them by yourself. Do the math by yourself when you're sitting there sliding tandems and stuff. And your trainer's going to be sitting over there in that jump seat just watching you. But he's, you need to do the work. He's not over there to make you his slave. Yes, he gets paid for your miles, but that's how it works. Okay? That's another thing I see on the message boards. Oh, I'm getting paid for his work. Or, no, he's getting paid for my work. Oh. You're there to be a trainee. You're there to learn. Don't worry about his pay. Don't be jealous. Don't sit there and bellyache about having to do a little bit of work. Or all the work. Because once you're in that truck by yourself, you're doing all the work anyway. And it's repetitive. Trucking is repetitive. Yeah, you see different places, but it is repetitive. And the more you practice at doing the same thing over and over and over, backing in, you're doing a lot of backing. And it's not because someone is trying to be mean to you to be a slave. That's what you're there to learn. Backing is one of the hardest parts about learning this stuff. Driving in a straight line on a flat road, that's the easiest thing. Okay? Working around truck stops, working around docks, this, that, and the other is the hardest physical thing. Now, as far as the mental thing, that's another part of training that you have, that you have to learn, is the lifestyle. You have to learn the lifestyle. That's the biggest thing. And yeah, so good luck to you. And 73, watch the Trucker Rag Chew series. It'll help you out. Hopefully. It helps me out, right? 73.